studies proving it can help our veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder. So when are we going to take the blinders off and do what's right for humanity and legalize this stuff once and for all? At this point, to get the DEA to declare the end of the war against marijuana means that they are going to decide to quit their jobs for the betterment of society. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Marijuana will remain illegal because it creates more jobs and puts more and more people in prison, which in turn creates more jobs. Our national anthem states, "America is the land of the free," yet we have more people locked up in prison than any other industrialized nation. So those who are benefiting off of the drug trade aren't just drug lords. Remember that. Our government won't do the right thing and legalize marijuana unless we, the people, demand it, because there are many people within our own government on the payroll, all thanks to the war on drugs. Yes, this book calls for ending the war on drugs. This book calls for ending the marijuana prohibition. I'm not an anarchist. I believe in laws and regulations, but I also believe in common sense, and the government hasn't been doing a good job in that department when it comes to cannabis. Before she passed away, my mother often told me that the prohibition of alcohol is identical to the war on drugs, and she should know because she lived through both. You can either read and study history, or you'll find you're destined to repeat it. Alcohol prohibition is what started all the trouble in Mexico. Mexican border towns like Tijuana became cesspools of crime, corruption, prostitution, and drugs, all because of the prohibition of alcohol. Americans would go across the border to drink in towns like Tijuana, and then, once the ban on alcohol was lifted, the criminals just strengthened their stronghold on the supply of marijuana until it became a major industry. I've said it 1,000,000 times. Just because something is illegal, that doesn't mean it goes away. It just means criminals now run it. Take the Mexican drug cartels. They're now more powerful than the government. Guns are illegal in Mexico, yet they have guns. They have the money and they have the power. It's not rocket science. If we end the war on drugs, then the cartels no longer have the power. It just takes politicians with the courage to do the right thing. Remember, as I said before, it's not just the drug lords who are getting richer off of the war on drugs. Our politicians in Washington are making big money by keeping drugs illegal. As Deep Throat in All the President's Men said, follow the money. Always follow the money. It will take you to the answer. To all the parents out there who are worried about how marijuana legalization will impact their children, I say, parent. It's as simple as that. I've been for the legalization of marijuana for years. Neither one of my adult children are drug addicts. It's that simple. Think about it this way. What does marijuana actually do to you? You can't overdose on it. You might gain a couple of pounds, from eating too much once the effects kick in and you get the munchies. You might have to work out a little bit harder the next day to compensate, but other than that, what's the downside? Oh, yeah, it makes you high and it makes you feel good. That's a negative? Ha! Give a guy a joint, some Jimi Hendrix music, and a pizza, and that guy will be entertained for hours. Give the same guy alcohol, and he might drink and drive or get violent and hurt someone. I say legalize marijuana because we have a chance to leave this world a better place for our children. Marijuana legalization is job creation, tax dollars, something to rejuvenate our pathetic economy. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. This is about jobs. This is about economics. This is about freedom. This is about taking our country back. This is about getting out of those useless wars and getting back to what matters most to Americans, taking care of our own economy and our own citizens. Cannabis is a plant that grows abundantly, that has been around long before laws existed, before our country even existed, and has a multitude of modern-day uses, aside from getting hippies high. If you listen to this book, you'll find out that this plant can literally cure cancer. This plant can literally end our dependence on foreign oil and fracking. This plant can literally rebuild our economy. We can make everything from car parts to airplane parts to paper to clothing to nutritious meals cheaply from it, but only if the American people are smart enough to recognize the truth from the bullshit. The truth is, none of those uses